My apologies. I've been very negligent about the quilting bee, and I'm almost halfway done with the quilting. Kath Avalon and Mrs. California Dreamer, you should have pushed me even harder. I got messages, we're waiting for the quilting bee, can't wait for the quilting bee. Okay, well, here we are. The tradition of quilting bees, you know, is people sit around and talk. So I've done that on a few quilts when I was doing the whole quilt online. And then if you want to like talk, you can send me questions or propose a topic, whatever you like. Otherwise, I'll just go off the top of my head. I did get a message from KetoKilledMe. I don't know. Is that the Green Hornet? Anyway, wanting to know how she could start a quilting bee. How do I think you mean a real one, right? With real people. So I asked her where she was, which is Dallas. So I did a little Googling for Dallas, and there's a lot of quilters there. There's a guild, a quilting guild. There's a list of lots of stores and things. If I were you and I were there and wanted to make contact with people that might be interested in doing a quilting bee, you could have a little notice that you put up in the stores. Maybe they'd let you post if they had a bulletin board or something. You could find a way. I'm sure you're probably not the only one that feels like that. Why is it every time you get a name where it's just an initial on the front name, do you always assume it's a man? I always think, but it may be because of the time I grew up in I was born in 1930, and it was a man's world, more than it is now. So I assumed that H. Nelson was a man, but I had no reason to assume that at all. It could be a woman. Anyway, when I was talking about this quilt and how I really didn't want to put a whole lot of time in on it, because it's just something I'm sort of doing as a little extra. But I knew I didn't want to machine quilt it. I don't machine quilt. I don't even know how to machine quilt. So then H. Nelson, maybe it's because of what the message was, I thought it was a man, said, "You don't want to learn anything new?" Well, if you know me at all, I'm for my age, 88, I think I probably am learning more new things than people even half my age. And I would be willing, but I don't like it. I don't like looking at machine quilting. When I'm looking at a quilt, that's usually the first thing I see is the quilting. We're talking quilts, quilting. What was quilting? It was like needle in, needle out. And if it's those stitches, I just find very unappealing. He, she, H. Nelson said that she learned machine quilting because she wanted to be able to do more quilts. She could make more quilts this way. Well, that works for her. I mean, I don't like it, so I don't want more quilts of something that I don't even like. It's a personal taste. That's it for responses to you people. I'm almost halfway done with this. But, you know, I spend like 4 days a week up on the land now. So, and I can't take this, because I have it on a frame. I can't take it up there with me. And I wouldn't want to anyway. I've always been very exclusive about that place because it's so special. And there's so much to do. I mean, I'm just as active artistically up there as I am here, only it's all about interacting with nature. So I always resisted taking a computer up there or doing anything up there that was what I do here. Why take what I do here up there? So that means that it's taking me a little bit longer to do this. So anyway, that's Quilting Bee, day 1. Just like Joe, business quilt report. Okay, bye.